Welcome, I'm Lizzie Brooks, and this is Lizzie Brooks Yoga and Fitness. So today is meditation for people who have never tried meditation. So I am super excited that you have chosen this video to get started for the first time. My hat is off to you because I think that's just one of the hardest parts, is just going like, okay, I'm gonna give this meditation thing a go. So before we begin, I just want to let you know a little bit about meditation. And the number one thing that I want you to know is that meditation is not easy, and it's really not easy for 99.9% of people. The people who it gets easier for, not that it's totally easy, but gets easier for, are those who have been practicing for a long time. Generally, those people kind of tap in a little bit faster, and they know how to calm their nervous system and their brain a little bit faster. For the rest of us, just mere humans, it's a practice, just like yoga, asana, and movement is a practice, and it takes time to get, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. The main thing is that it's not a wiping of the slate clean. You don't just, have a totally thoughtless mind, and things are going to keep coming in for you to process, and that's okay, and it's to be expected. So allow the things to come in and just gently watch them leave and shift, and you'll shift over and over again, and I'm going to guide you through it. So this is going to be very short, because when you're newer, you don't want to go for like a 20-minute meditation, right? It would seem very unattainable. Not that it's not doable, but it would be a lot to ask. So what I do ask is that you decide right now, make the decision. Do you feel more comfortable laying down or seated? So make that decision. And if you are doing the laying down position, you can have your knees bent, you can put a bolster or some blankets or a pillow under your knees if that makes the low back feel better. You can even put your legs up the wall, so laying on your back with your legs up the wall, maybe something under the sacrum. Or you can, like me, maybe prop your hips up on something and come to seated. You could even be in a chair. So I don't want the physical nature of it to be distracting. So choose wisely, set yourself up for success, and place your body in the way that it feels most comfortable. Okay, and close the eyes. And just exhale by exhale, we'll together release just a bit more. And you might choose even a percentage that you're choosing, okay, on every exhale, I'm relaxing 5% more than the exhale before. If you need to take a sigh out and kind of loosen up, then take an inhale and sigh, and maybe even shake it out a little bit. Let go of any of that kind of chaotic energy, and know that you were meant to be breathing with ease. And even though that's sometimes difficult, it doesn't mean that it's not something we can find. So very simply, the first thing that I want to ask you to do is to find a slightly longer exhalation than inhale. And just by watching the breath, we kind of want to control it, overly control it. See if you can get a little bit out of the breath's way and be more of a bystander. I know that's easier said than done, but let's just inhale completely, fully, not to the point of stiffening, and exhale nice and slow and full. So elongating the exhale, just to calm the nervous system a little bit more and bring about slightly more relaxation. And I want to suggest that you elongate the back of the neck a little bit here, not tucking the chin in, but just a slight drape of the chin, a little more inward focus. And let the shoulder blades, however your body's positioned, let the shoulder blades release. We're not looking for these huge inhales or huge exhales to where we overuse the muscles around the ribs and the lungs, but just to where we feel we're getting a full inhale and a full exhale. And we're going to just change it ever so slightly. And the change is, I'm going to ask you to look for the pause that exists after your exhales. It's small and it doesn't last very long. But just find it. And after you've found that a few times, see if you can just allow yourself to live in that pause, in that sense of quiet, just a little bit more fully. Again, it's not going to last long, but immerse yourself in that moment before the next inhale. And don't hold the breath out super long. You don't need to elongate that pause whatsoever. Soften the muscles around the eyes. Continue to find the pause and place yourself in that pause just a little bit more fully. You might take a swallow and make sure that your throat and jaw are relaxed. And I invite you now to bring a color to your breathing. Imagine that the color starts in front of your face, outside of the body. Let it be a soothing color. And on the inhalation, take that color through the nostrils, all the way through and into the lungs, however you visualize that. Gently opening and filling the lungs with that color. And then slowly releasing that color and exhale from the lungs and out before you find your pause. And let's just keep going for a little while with that. If you chose a color you thought you were going to like, but then it just wasn't right, change the color. And now we're just going to shift our body position ever so slightly. Wherever you are, bring your palms facing down over your heart center. So kind of at the sternum, palm on palm facing down. Connecting in. We all have clutter in our lives. We all have chaos at times. Can you sense underneath that with this breathing? And go deeper into your sense of self and what is true for you. And the last thing that we'll do in this meditation is to find a word and marinate with that word as you breathe. Maybe you imagine on the inhale you hear that word, and on the exhale you also hear that word. Maybe you're sending that word in on the inhale to yourself and sending it out to the people you love on the exhale. There's no wrong answer to how to do this as long as you're remaining centered and calm. And as things fluctuate in the mind, just recognize that's normal. Find the breath, find your word. Now join the hands together in a prayer pose in front of your heart center. Let the elbows and shoulders relax. And just take a moment to feel proud of yourself for opening the door to meditation, to trying something new, to recognizing that nobody is perfect, nobody does meditation or asana or anything perfectly. We just enter into it as a practice to gain access to our deeper, more connected, more honest selves. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.